people who were selling the drugs, bringing it in. But then I had to get the people to come to testify. And everyone would tell me, why should I trust you? I'm putting my life on the line. I'm putting my children's life on the line so I could come, I could testify, and you're going to forget about me. What is it about government service this time of year where people come up to you and say, I want your vote. I want you to do something for me. I don't know you, but I want your vote. This is like a beauty pageant. I come up to you, very few of you ever met me before. But I tell you, I want your vote, which I believe is the most important thing as an American citizen you can give. It's democracy. When I ask for your vote, I want to make sure you trust me. When I was a police detective, when I sat down with somebody, I said to them, the first thing I want you to do to know about me is this. My reputation is outside of my hands. It is. But my character is not. So I would sit across the table from people, whether they were defendants, whether they were victims, or whether I was looking to get these people to be informants. And I'd sit across the table from them. Usually, as a detective, I could see within 5 minutes if I have trust. Many times I've met people who were the victim of a government that doesn't work. Coming from New York City, from a police department of 36,000 police officers, I can tell you government doesn't work. People would put their life on the line, they would get screwed. Twice I had people testify and they were killed. Now, I am coming to you and I am asking for your vote. I've never served in politics. But I can tell you, for 28 years, I would sit across the desk table with people and I would explain myself to them. I would tell them, it's my responsibility as a police detective to make you trust me. How do I do that? Honesty and integrity equals trust. There is nothing a politician can do worse than to lose your trust. Honesty. Everyone in public office should be honest. Integrity. Integrity is not something you can buy, it's earned. What I want you all to understand is that 2027 is going to be a make or break year in this county. The amount of revenue this county is going to lose is going to be tremendously hard to make up. I believe it can't be made up unless if we have someone on the board who will stand up to the developers and say, you are going to be the one to finance development. I don't want my neighbors who are 66, 67 years old who have to move back to Baltimore, to Minnesota, or to Ohio pay. This county no longer works for its residents. It doesn't. That's why I'm running. When I moved to the Burn Store area in 2017, a few years later, I saw that area was overrun with development. No one was doing anything. The guy I'm running against for the first 2 years was a great guy. He helped us. But he didn't do anything. Okay? The past 2 years, he's been missing in action. I've done 3 events here. He's never come. You should be asking yourself, he's asking for your vote, but he won't come here. Why should you vote for him? Honestly, what I need to tell you is, I will be here when I get elected. I believe in term limits. People should not make a career of public's office, of being an elected official. It's not supposed to be that. It's a privilege for you to vote for me. It's a privilege for me to work for you. So, what am I going to do as the next county commissioner? Well, I think you all know by now that I was the co-founder of the largest community coalition in Southwest Florida. Gene knows, Gene was on that board, and so was Rob Hansick. But when you can bring 11,000 people together from 4 municipalities to gain their trust, to put something together like a community coalition of 11,000 people, you've earned the trust of people, and then that is a sign that being able to work well with people is what we need from our elected officials. There's no accessibility today, nothing. Okay, if you want to go and you want to challenge something, you get 3 minutes in front of 5 commissioners, probably 3 of them are not paying any attention, and then you speak for 3 minutes and then you lose. You're gone. That's it. You don't sit in a room when things get taken care of when they're done. You don't negotiate anything. You sit, you look, and you leave. That's it. That's your role in government today. That's got to change. I believe in citizen-led government. I believe that residents have to be involved in government. I believe our county commissioners, especially at this level, have to allow you to come in to listen to what's going on. 2027, at the end of that year, this county could look a lot different. A lot different. Our infrastructure isn't keeping up. We're getting areas in the burnt store area that are so bad that we're spending $400,000 of our money for a hydrology study. Think about that. Think about when we went to the county commissioners, we asked them to have a sit down with us because we wanted to discuss our concerns. You know what the county did? They tried to charge us $10,000 for that. $10,000. So you need to ask yourself, what is this place going to look like in 2028? Is it going to be a place I want to live in? I didn't work 28 years in the New York City Police Department to retire to come to a place I'm going to want to move to in 2 years. It's not going to happen. If you elect me, what I will do is make sure the door is open, like it was when I was a police detective, like it was when I was the chairman of the largest community coalition in Southwest Florida. Citizen-led government gets the attention of politicians. I made sure the coalition was that large because it gives you political power. But unfortunately, the person I'm running against doesn't care about that. Let's go back to the trust factor. The person I'm running against is not someone who's going to be able to take up this job in a full-time position in the next year. He has serious allegations he's facing. It's time to bring this up now because 2027 is too important to have a county commissioner who may be facing indictment. I'm a retired New York City police detective. My image and my character were the most important thing I had. If I walked into a room with a prosecutor or with a defense attorney and a jury, if they didn't believe me, the person walked free. If you come into my office and you have a concern, I want to make sure first that you understand the issue. Second, I want to find out what is the most important thing for you. And then third, I want to try to help you. A lot of times I'm not. A lot of times I won't be able to, but I'll tell you this. I will give you the 5 minutes and I will talk to you and I will make sure that if I have to come talk to your neighbors, I will be there. I will be in your community. I have no other job, not like my opponent was 2, 3. You don't know how important it could be for someone to be able to sit with their elected official 5 to 10 minutes, have a conversation back and forth, and that person leaves. They may not get what they want, but they'll understand why they're not getting it. In government, that is how it works. The issue for me as a philosophy, I consider myself a Ronald Reagan. When I was 18 years old, my grandfather took me around in the Bronx and he had me hand out paperwork, literature for Ronald Reagan. What did my grandfather tell me? 1, limited government. Government should not be in control. You should be in control of government. 2, you can't spend money. You have to understand that every dollar that they use is your dollar. So, the other thing also I say is this. If I am an elected official and I'm a Republican, I will not let the budget go up if that money is not going to help you. This county has some of the lowest impact fees in the state of Florida. For every home they build, they lose $3,500. Because the impact fees are so low in the last 6 years, my estimate tells me they've lost $65 million. When the property tax initiative goes forward, we're going to lose a lot of money. If the impact fees don't go up, most of you are not going to want to live here anymore. That's what we're looking at in 2027. So I ask for your vote. Any questions?
You have 5 minutes.
We have 5 minutes more? Oh, good. Okay.
5 minutes.
So what is another thing that I've learned talking to people, whether it's chairman of the coalition, whether it's as a police detective? One of the things is people need to understand why government does what it does. That's the accessibility issue. I can't stress enough how important it is for citizens to be able to walk into your office, to be able to complain, to yell, whatever, or to thank you. I can tell you, as the chairman of a coalition, I went to many HOA meetings and I was looking for my opponent and he wasn't there. But I would listen to concerns, I would bring it back, and I'd bring it before the Board of County Commissioners. There have been many times I've been in that office and no one was there with the exception of Stephen R. Deutsch. Okay? No one. Why? Being a county commissioner should not be a part-time job. People who are commissioners get paid $90,000 a year. How is that a part-time job? I have guaranteed pension for the rest of my life. I don't need to have another job. I think the job of county commissioner is going to be overwhelming come next year. I think that without constituent services, the county is going to have more of an issue with people with the trust issue. I've been to many commissioner meetings, gotten up, given my 3 minutes, sat back down, and that was it. And you got to remember something. My opponent was one phone call away from 6,000 of his constituents. Think about how easy it was for him to call up, or me to call him and tell him, we got an issue someplace, you got to get down here. You have to. The coalition was formed. If you look up the Bernstow Corridor Coalition, you will see how many projects we worked on. We were able to put a wildlife corridor on Bernstow Road because when they widened the road, they forgot that the animals want to go across the road back to the water. We spent 3 months working with the Charlotte Harbor Environmental Center. We were able to get a study done that lasted 2 months. We found out that there were 67 road kills a week. I'm from the Bronx. I don't know much about, but again, the study that was done by the Charlotte Harbor Environmental Center, her name was Ashley Cook, she wrote a book on this because it was the first time in the area that they ever looked at roadkill. There was no wildlife corridor built. So the animals, instead of going under the road, had to go over it. At the time, there was 4,000 homes being built in the Bernstow area. Bernstow Road is a major road now. And if you drive that road, think of an animal trying to get from one side to the other. Cars are going 60 miles an hour. We came up with the solution, and that was, county came in, they spent money, and they built a wildlife corridor. There's no more wildlife kill. There's none. That's how citizen-led government works. One other issue, traffic on Bernstow Road was terrible. There are 3 jurisdictions that patrol Bernstow Road. You have the Punta Gorda Police Department, you have the sheriff from Port Charlotte. Then you have the state police who stop trucks for different equipment things. I don't know. But if your equipment on a truck isn't there, they'll make a stop. You have 3 police departments that patrol 9 miles. That's pretty good. As a police officer, I can tell you, the first 2 years, there were 206 summonses written by the Punta Gorda Police Department and the sheriff. So, are there any questions? Yes.
What's your position on the 1% sales tax and it being extended to 20 years versus the current 6?
First, I would not vote for that if I was county
Can
commissioner.
you repeat the question if anybody else couldn't hear, please?
Oh, am I against or for the sales tax?
1%.
And am I against the 20 years? Yes. Why 5 Republicans would sit and tell the residents that they're going to tax them again and they're going to tax them for 20 years. The amount of projects that they have, if you ever looked at the list, is $906 million. Think about what happens when we lose property tax. Do we need parks? I like parks, but what do we need? There's gonna have to be discussions. I don't believe the sales tax in its present form is being utilized the right way. I don't wanna see sales tax going to build a splash park. I rather it see to be built for hurricane protection. Sales tax has not been used properly, and I think any Republican that wants to raise taxes any place is not a real Republican, period. Yes. Yes.
Same question. Have you or are you accepting funds from large developers?
I have one, yes. What I've done as chairman of the Burnt Store Corridor Coalition, if you look at Burnt Store Road, we have no commercial development, nothing. You have to drive 8.5 miles to a supermarket. I met with a developer who had land on Burnt Store Road, and what he was looking to do is he was looking to add another 150 units, I believe. Spoke with him, and he said that he would change 1,000 square feet of residential to commercial. He'd build a supermarket. Coalition worked with him, we supported him. He also said he'd build a traffic light on Burnt Store Road. We have no lights. So with regard to me accepting money, I accepted money, $1,000 check from that company, and I believe that that money will go towards helping people. But yes, I did accept money, and he did a very positive thing for our community. Yes.
I know that you're in the other part of the county.
Yes.
So what do you know about this part of the county, since this part of the county still votes?
Yes. Okay. And again, I know I give too much about my area, but really it's the only thing I can talk about to show. But
Yes.
my concern is Rotunda Circle. That's the 212 unit. Okay. You have the same problems we have in South County, okay? You're just experiencing this now. Your infrastructure is no way keeping up with this. It's not. The roads are terrible. The flooding is terrible. You have, and I tell people, you have the same issues today that we had 4 years ago. So as a county commissioner, I can tell you, the issues that you have are the same we had. The person I'm running against had the ability to fix that or to help us. He didn't. I can understand and I can relate to your issues much better than anyone on that board, because as a citizen, I tried to get those changes. Was that McCall? Okay, it's a debt trap, but so was Burnt Store Road until we got police to patrol it. Your flooding is the same as ours. There's just too much development. You've also lost the character of your area. It's changed.
What happened in Inglewood? What's your opinion about Inglewood Beach? And what's happening? Are you in the know?
I am. You're getting screwed.
Okay.
But
royally.
yes, but again, there needs to be more conversation. There needs to be more back and forth. What goes on in county government should not be a secret to you. And I tell people out in this county, yes, I mentioned South County a lot, but it's just because of the fact I'm telling you what's going to happen. It's coming.
Mark's taken over.
What?
Sarasota County.
Okay. You're losing out Boco Grande, okay? That was done to you by your county commissioners. They knew all that extra building was going to mean people were going to park there. My opponent has the one municipality in the county, Punta Gorda. He also has the border of Charlotte and Lee County, because Burnt Store Road goes into Lee County. From what I can see, there is no relationship between Punta Gorda and Charlotte County. There's no relationship between Charlotte and Lee. That hurts you, because the commissioner from Lee County tells me he's not giving in. He's not. So what do we do for people like you? I believe public beaches should be free. They should be open access. A public beach is a public beach, period. Lee County does not have has no say in that. What do? Well, you need to get from here over to the beach. What can we do? There's not enough traffic. There's too much traffic. There's not enough parking. Well, how about we do something like a trolley service or a bus or something like that? If you look at outside the box issues, that's what can work. Nothing's happening now. And I don't think anything's going to happen unless if you get a new commissioner who can push and push and push. Need to be more aggressive. And you got to have to have a better relationship with counties. And like I said, there is only one county commissioner that I can deal with. right now on that board. So I tell people, if you're looking at continuity, what we need someone to come on board to work with someone who's there already. And I believe I have the ability to do that. So thank you very much.